Hey, did you see last season during the draft, he just was picking names off the board. Not even really looking at what... Ooh, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sal Swanson. Welcome to another edition of IFFL Shortcenter. We have a lot on tap today as the 2014 season begins to kick off with the annual draft lottery held in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. One of the main points of this coming season is going to be the 4 new teams that have entered the league to expand from 8 teams to 12 teams. One of the big questions will be, how will it affect Lee Whitworth's team, Motorboaters, who has consistently been the last and worst team in the league? Now with an additional 4 teams to compete with, it'll make it that much harder for him to hang on to his title as the worst of the worst. Joining us this season is going to be 4 new owners, with teams of Nate, the not-so-great, Jeffrey, the referee, returning after a season of absence, Chicken Tenderness, and finally, Chandler's Sausage Handlers. We're not sure where these 4 teams played last season, but we're sure they did a hell of a job. As far as what else to look for in this new coming season is going to be, how are these new players going to act? We don't know much about their styles. We can assume that the newcomers, Jeffrey the referee and Chandler's Sausage Handlers, probably not the best teams. They have not played previously. They're true expansion teams, so they will probably be sitting near the bottom. Chicken Tenderness is going to depend a lot on whether or not his brother helps him in the draft this time, or the main question is, will he try and field another wide receiver from Clemson who actually plays running back? Nate the not-so-great has played fantasy football before, and he played last year in some other league that we don't care about, but we can assure that he's probably going to be the top of this group of 4. That doesn't say much. As far as last season's action, we saw a lot of dynamics go. We saw a lot of quarterbacks go in the first round of the draft. We saw a drunken display from none other than Brian Blazing, who owns, what is it now, Guardrail Assassins, maybe Third Car's a Charm. We're not sure what he is anymore. He's a little too out there to figure it out each time. But we have another exciting draft coming up. Hopefully we'll have more participation and attendance this season, and no one will leave in the beginning of it, shrinking the team the day of. I'm looking at you, C2. What can we expect during this draft is going to be just a whole list of options. Quarterbacks, are they going to go early again? Who's going to draft high? Who's going to draft low? Depends where they pick, depends how crazy this gets early. One exciting thing is that kickers have been reintroduced into the draft this season. Kickers will be drafted, let me repeat that again. However, a rule has been in place to safeguard against assholes from taking kickers too early. Kicker must be drafted in the 10th round or beyond. Don't be that guy that drafts the kicker in the 6th round and ruins everyone's draft. It's like drafting a tight end other than Jimmy Graham or Rob Gronkowski earlier than the 3rd round. This year we will be going to a true keeper league, now with 12 teams. Rosters wiped clean, starting from scratch. How will that affect players? Egos? We're not sure. We know that Calvin Johnson over Kevin Headings was very excited to keep some of the players on his team that he drafted late. He'll have to start over. Maybe this year's draft will give him good fortunes again, but we will see. Another storyline to follow this coming season is going to be the lowly Panther Pride. We hear that he is in severe money issues. Zach Rader, the owner of Panther Pride, has been rumored to be losing money in the Madoff scheme. Others claim that it was possibly a strip club in Las Vegas, but we'll see how this affects the team's signings in the offseason, or if they're going to have to penny pinch, just like the Carolina Panthers' wide receiving corps. Another issue for the lottery itself will be the controversy surrounding it. Who will get pissed off first when their name is drawn? Will it be Panther Pride again at the end of the draft? Or will it be Chicken Tenderness, whining and complaining because he doesn't understand the rules? One thing can be certain, there will be a lot of extra drinking thanks to the hosts. With this said, I want to bring you over to our correspondent and league beat reporter, Chip Langdon. Chip Langdon has been with IFFL for 3 years now, following from start to finish. A lot of insight, a lot of ideas about what's going on in the draft. Is that right, Chip?
Yes, thank you, Sal. Yes, as Sal said, my name is Chip Langdon, and I am the beat reporter for the IFFL Fantasy Football League. I've been doing this for several years.
Now, as far as going into the draft, what do you think is going to be the most dangerous pick early? Who's going to really ruin this if they pick early? Who's going to shuffle things up? I know we saw an early 3rd round pick come from Joe Flacco by Lee Whitworth and Motorboaters. We're going to have some similar scenario like that if someone unexpected happens to be drafting.
Yes, the
in
most dangerous person
top,
we're going to be looking for in the
3 or
draft
4.
is going to be Geno 911. I'm calling it right now. He's going to pick a quarterback in the first round, a receiver in the second round, and win this thing.
Okay. Now, as far as the most unpredictable, who do you peg right now? 30 seconds.
Unpredictable. Who do you think's going to be unpredictable? Brian Blazing. Quarterback first round, Peyton Manning. It worked out. It shouldn't have.
Okay. Okay, great. Let's see. Now, with that said, another thing that most people are wanting to know is who's going to get screwed the most. I mean, as far as if they have to pick in the 7th spot, is it going to screw their entire draft over? If they have to pick at the 12th spot, is it going to ruin their team? You know, who's going to get screwed over the most by the
you want to know what's unpredictable? More than that. Okay. How about this? How about the screw crew? The ones that are going to get screwed over the most in their position. You put chicken tenderness past the 8th pick, but before the 12th pick, it's over. Daylights for him. He will pick a running back that will fail. No one else would have. That's the time when you take a quarterback or you go for the reach on the tight end or a receiver if they're there.
Okay, and final predictions. What do you think is going to happen this season in the season? Who's going to win? Who's
My
going to come
predictions
on the
for this season.
bottom?
This one's going to be an easy one. We're taking Geno 111 to win the whole thing. We will take second place runner-up is going to go to Dan's CFL Football League because he's the only one that stays sober long enough. And third place, big surprise for this one, we're going to go with Henny Given Sunday coming back. In his second year, he's going to go for the gold this time. Dead last, motor voters for sure. Don't break tradition there. Second to last, we're going to go with Cralvins Johnson. Third to last, going to go with Panther Pride and mix in the middle. All 4 new teams. Kiss my tight end with an honorable mention to maybe make a run into the playoffs. Probably miss out 7th place. But we can expect to see a couple of shake-ups in the trade world in the end. And the Keeper League, can't wait for it. I'm out.
Okay, well, you heard it here from Chip Langdon, our correspondent from the IFFL Associated Press. My name again is Sal Swanson, and we'd like to welcome you. We'd like to thank you for another edition of IFFL Shortcenter. Look forward to seeing you soon.